Now, I would like to explain the production process and work in process using Accurate. In Accurate, the production process is carried out through the manufacturer menu. After inputting the bill of material and standard product cost, the production cycle starts with 4 main submenus. First, manufacturer order. Second, work order. Third, material slip. And fourth, finished goods slip. In our system, the production process is divided into 3 departments: mixing, baking, and finishing. Now, let's move on to the Accurate for purchasing flow. First, the production department creates a manufacturer order followed a work order. In the work order menu, there is also an additional expense sections. These sections records production costs such as direct labor costs, indirect labor costs, and overhead costs. These costs are automatically accumulated in the production costs of each department. Next, after the work order was made, they need to make material needed. The material slip is used to issue materials from the warehouse into production. In the mixing department, raw materials and auxiliary materials are transferred in work in process for dough production. The journal entry is work in process mixing in debit, raw material inventory in credit, and auxiliary material inventory in credit. At this stage, this is the direct labor cost, indirect labor cost, and overhead costs added into the production process. After dough is completed, the finished goods slip transfers the cost into transit for the next department. The journal entry is work in process mixing transit in debit, work in process mixing in credit. Next, the baking department starts a new production cycle by creating another manufacturer order and work order for the baking process. In the work order, additional expenses such as direct labor, indirect labor, and overhead costs are also recorded. Then, the department creates a material slip to receive the dough from the previous department and add supporting materials for baking. The journal entry is work in process baking in debit, raw material in credit, auxiliary material inventory in credit, and work in process mixing transit in credit. After the baking process is completed, the finished goods slip transfers the product into transit for the finishing department. The journal entry is work in process baking transit in debit, work in process baking in credit. Then, the finishing department also creates a new manufacturer order and work order before starting the packaging process. Additional expenses such as direct labor, indirect labor, and overhead costs are recorded in the work order. Next, the department creates material slip to receive the baked bread from the baking department and continue the finishing process, like packaging. The journal entry is work in process finishing in debit, auxiliary material inventory in credit, and work in process baking transit in credit. After the packaging process is completed, the finished goods slip transfers the product into finished goods inventory. The journal entry is finished good inventory in debit and work in process finishing in credit. Through this process, we can see how production costs move from one department to another until the products become finished goods. All transactions are automatically recorded in Accurate and can be monitored through the general ledger of each work in process account.